It's Nahmu here on the Six Fat Show on our second episode. Just like to say something before we start. That last episode, we had an interview with Neil Patel from Golden Rhino Games, and during that time we had our mask off. But due to the COVID increase that we just had 2 days ago, today is November 20th, and just 2 days ago we just had another just kind of like a lockdown going on. So to proceed with more extreme caution, we're having our mask on during this whole interview. So here I am in the heart of Ypsilanti downtown, and we are here in back office studio. This is a place where you can just do your private work or just get away from your wife. Just joking about the wife part. Right now, you should tell your wife that you love her and even make dinner for her. If you're lazy, go buy some McDonald's fries. I don't know why ladies love that stuff. That's kind of a mystery to me. So here we are in back office studio with John Newman. Thank you for having us here in your wonderful and decorative office space. Right?
Welcome to the back office studio. Thanks for being here.
So, John, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm John Newman, community manager for the back office studio. We've been open for about 2 years. Before that, I worked as a consultant doing soft skills, team building, leadership development kind of activities. And before that, I worked for Borders, the bookstore chain, for 21 years.
Do you love books? Do you like?
I do love books. I'm a big reader. I like to share what I've read. I like to get recommendations from other people.
What is your favorite book right now?
That's a hard question. I just started Barack Obama's new book that came out yesterday, and the first chapters are great. When you asked that question, the first thing that came to mind was Ready Player One, which is a great novel. A lot of pop culture references from my childhood.
Oh yeah, especially the movie too.
Yeah.
From what I know, that this is a place where people come here and just have their own like private public office. What more is there for a back office studio?
Yeah, so the back office studio is a co-working studio, or a co-working space, and co-working came about the need for remote workers, freelancers, consultants to have a place to go and do their work. So we have 50 desks and 4 private offices. We have room for a lot of people, but the idea isn't that they work for the same company or they're even in the same industry. We've had folks in nonprofit, in the arts, tech folks. We have a plumbing company that uses our space. And so the idea is it gets you out of the house. I think a lot of us have learned in 2020 what it's like to work from home and some of those challenges. Some of the traditional things are just being able to stay focused and keep a separation between your sort of work life and personal life, right? The litter box or the dishwasher or the laundry all get in the way and trying to work at home. And a lot of people have found that working in a co-working center gives them the opportunity to get out, get dressed, go to work. And if you go to work, that lets you come to the end of the day and go home from work. Sort of, put the laptop away, call the end of that, and get on with your personal life. I know when I was a freelancer, I spent a lot of time at home, and maybe I wasn't as productive as I would have liked during the day. And at 11 o'clock at night, I would pull my laptop back out, trying to play catch up. Then my sleep cycle was even more screwed up, made the next day even harder, and the pattern just repeated. Getting up and going somewhere allows you to feel like you've accomplished something and go home. Co-working also co-working also
Spam risk.
allows
Don't worry about, sorry.
Co-working also allows you to meet a community of professionals who are doing great work and have those casual conversations around the coffee pot or the water cooler that traditionally are so important for the workday. Just a smile or a bit of encouragement from somebody else makes the day a lot more pleasant and helps motivate all of us.
Definitely we need more smiles in this world because we've been getting so much just unnecessary chaos, I suppose. So how did you start all of this? What was your your first step to back office studio?
So as I said, I was working with a consulting firm called Sensei Change Associates, and we were members of Spark East, which is a local incubator. And our small firm was there. We were tenants for about 5 years and realized it was time for us to move out and find permanent office space. Like a lot of small companies, we looked at office buildings, we looked at small storefronts. What we needed was about 600 square feet for ourselves. We found this building, which is 9,000 square feet, and decided we wanted to buy it. We wanted to bring some energy and excitement to downtown Ypsilanti, and co-working was the perfect match for that. So we have our sister company as an anchor tenant, and then the rest of the space is available to the public and to private individuals who need to rent either a desk or a conference room.
What's going on right now is that, COVID's in the air and everyone's just like trying to stay home or just stay safe and stay healthy. Did COVID affect your business that much, or?
Yeah, COVID affected our business a lot. Starting in March with the original shutdown, we were closed, I think, for about 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Then we reopened, and the business has really been a lot different. We used to do a lot of conference room rentals. Nonprofits, small businesses, local organizations would use the conference room space to have their meetings or their events. And that, for the most part, we've seen stop. One thing we've done since September, though, is we've rented the conference rooms to teachers and parents who want to use space as learning pods. We can put 5 or 6 students, all 10 feet apart, 15 feet apart, have instruction. We have great Wi-Fi. We have restrooms. We have coffee, water available for the students or for workers.
Is there any more events that you could do during COVID, or not really?
We've worked really hard this year to stay relevant and stay active in the community. All summer long, we hosted the Ypsi Pop-Up Market. North Washington Street, where we're located, was closed to just vehicle traffic. And so 2 or 3 times a week, we invited 6 vendors to come. So crafters, artists, resellers came to the Ypsi Pop-Up Market. I think in all we hosted 35 sessions of the market and had close to 100 vendors.
Now we have done the talking interview and all. Now is the time for the fun part, where you show us around this awesome looking, very decorative office space. So
cool. Let's take a tour.
Yeah, let's take a tour.
All right.
All right, and now we're just gonna start the tour. And like from the last episode, I'm just gonna carry this around because I just feel like a really cool adventure that's gonna go around Slay a Dragon. Hope there's not gonna be one around here. But yeah, so where can we start with this tour?
Yes, we can start right here. We're in Tucker's Garage. We have 4 different conference rooms, all named for local historians or local history. Tucker, some of you may have seen the movie, invented a car right here in Ypsilanti. This is our largest room. We can host up to 20 people in here. We also use this for networking events. We can put the garage door up and have more circulation space, more room to walk around, walk through the space. When we put the glass in, we realized it was a little bit too transparent, so we put this film on it to frost it, and the frosting comes right from a mural, which was at one of the very first events we ever had. Just about where we're standing, the mural that this comes from was painted. We'll show you the mural coming up. So this is one of our medium-sized conference room called Coates Tower. William Coates was the man who designed the famous Ypsi Water Tower, which has been rated one of the most phallic buildings in the entire world.
I'll just put up a picture right here, and you guys will judge for what it
looks like. This is the second biggest room. This is called Woodruff's Grove. Woodruff's Grove was the original name of the settlement that became Ypsilanti. We can hold about 16 people in here. And behind us is a quilt by Diana Wong. She's one of the owners of the back office studio, and quilting is her sort of stress relief, the way she decompresses. We have 3 of her quilts hung, and they get a lot of comments from visitors. So this is our reception desk for the back office studio, and behind me is a painting done by Daniel Cascardo. He calls it an art experience. At our very first public event in our building, we painted this. And the guests of the event actually did all the painting. Daniel had interviewed us and asked us what themes we wanted there. And we said, the world and community and time, history of work. And you can see all of those within the mural. He sketched it out, our guests painted it, and then he finishes it off and stretches it on the frame. But we're really proud of that, and that's the image that the frosting on the garage door comes from. So you can see the world at the top with the people going around the world, the clock, those are both pretty prominent. The line of people, the star people holding hands are all on that. You got sort of agriculture, industrial evolution, and then sort of modern technology as the history of work across the bottom in 3 panels. We've now come upstairs. This is another casual space. We call this cafe seating. We've got some cafe seats, spaced apart for safety, a couple of just comfortable chairs to work at. Often our members eat lunch here, meet a friend, maybe talk on the phone or have a casual conversation. We also have 2 phone booths. These are just quiet areas to get on a Zoom call, have a conference call. Some of our members lead trainings or seminars here. This is the lemon phone booth, and then we also have an orange phone booth.
Should have put my phone in there when it was raining.
So this is the main co-working floor. We have about 40 desks in the open space behind us. We have 4 private offices around the exterior, the 2 phone booths that we looked at earlier. All of these are sit-to-stand desks, and what we've done with COVID is we've mandated some one-way traffic so people aren't crossing face-to-face. You only go up 1 stair, down another. The floor has one-way arrows. And then we've taken every other desk offline, so nobody's sitting next to or immediately across from anybody else during the pandemic.
I would like to say that I see there's like billiards over here and foosball. So, you know.
Yeah, so some people who've been around IPSI for a long time might remember that this used to be Pub 13. Downstairs was a dueling piano bar, and upstairs was a sports bar. When we bought the building, it still had tables with dirty glasses. We cleaned it out, did a lot of demo. We sold 7 pool tables, but kept 1, kept a foosball table, just as a way to make sure we don't remember not to take ourselves too seriously.
Some work, some play.
People ask me about this chair a lot. Actually, I've seen more than a few people stop and take pictures of the chair through the window. I always ask people, you know, where they think it came from or what it might mean. And I usually get something Asia-inspired. People have said rickshaw. People have said, you know, did it come from a carnival or some sort of Ferris wheel kind of ride? Or and the reality is, we just really liked it. We found it at Home Goods, and as cool as it is, it doesn't really have a long, dramatic history.
I see it's a treadmill, but also it's a working desk. So you just have people come here to work out their cardio as well, while just working as.
Right. A lot of our members work a lot of hours. Some of the members, this is their second job, or you know, this is their side hustle, and getting steps in is really important. So that this desk, also the top moves to a comfortable height, but you can walk while you work. And I've had members, you know, get 4,000 or 5,000 steps working on a project. So that's a full tour of the back office studio, both floors, the conference rooms, the phone booths, the workspaces. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, no, I'm like really glad to be here, and like I gotta say, like even for like just an individual like artist or like entrepreneur, I would definitely try to like come here and just like work on things here, especially when there's just an access for community and just access for just having your own time to work. So yeah, is there anything that you want to say to like business owners about how to cope with like COVID-19?
We've been working hard to stay in touch with the local business owners, and I give them a ton of credit. Someone asked me recently if I was more pessimistic or optimistic about the future of work in IPSI, and I have to say 100% optimistic. We have new retail stores that have opened the last couple of weeks, new restaurant that opened around the corner about a month ago. I see a lot of growth, a lot of energy. Not that this time isn't hard, but I'm excited for what the IPSI business community is doing right now.
Thank you for your insight, and again, just thank you for bringing me just to show around the back office studio. And I gotta say, like I'm really glad that you guys are still open and you guys are still giving everyone an opportunity just to, have a chance to work on what they want to do.
All right, thanks, Nahmu. Thanks for coming in.
It's now
No, I'm sorry. It's Nahmu.
Thank you for watching the second episode of the Six Fat Show. Hope you enjoyed it. And take a look around this this wonderful office in Ypsilanti downtown. I'd like to just close off by saying, stay smart, stay safe, and be friendly. John, thank you for just bringing us here and just showing what we can do during the COVID. And I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks.
Bye bye.